Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Sports Block. I'm PJ Bellantoni with Jason Smith. We're here on a beautiful afternoon for baseball here at Mustang Stadium on the Mustang Senior Night as we play the Imps of Cary, and it's just a great night here to be out.
Yeah, it's definitely baseball weather out here. Temperature's right around 70 degrees. Gonna get a little bit of a chill later on. Good thing we brought our hoodies, that's for sure. And just beautiful baseball weather. Partly cloudy skies out here. The rain that was here earlier has stayed away. And we're ready for a great night of baseball, aren't we?
We are, and as we were listening to the seniors being brought out before, we were looking at some of them going to play college baseball.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely had a really smart baseball class for seniors. We had, 3 or 4 of them going to UNC Chapel Hill afterwards. So it's going to be interesting to watch tonight. It's been a while for you, hasn't it?
It's been about 2 years, and the last time I think I was here, we won the state championship. That was back in June of 2012 when I graduated, so it's good to be back.
Yeah, well, that's the dream of every sports block person, go out with a championship, right?
And to always come back.
Yeah. You know, I'm usually technical behind the scenes. I'm usually switching, but I'll be commentating tonight. I'm excited. And looking at the importance of this game, Cary's had a rough season thus far. Middle Creek's looking to beat them tonight, hopefully, and hopefully for them, because they need to win 3 out of the next 4 for a chance to make it into the playoffs.
I think you were talking to the JV coach before. You said that the Mustangs have to win, was it 3 out of 4 games?
Yeah, 3 out of 4. So they're looking to get a quick one tonight, I'm sure, and moving on to the next 3, because I believe they're all away.
You never want to go into a game just wanting to lose. You always want to win.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that from high school. And as we were looking at before, we have, was it Bailey Rice going to Wake Tech to play for 2 years. He's going to be a pitcher there. I went to Wake Tech for 2 years, and I know some of the kids that played baseball there, and I think he's going to like it there.
Well, that's good. That's good. As we see the umps and the coaches going over things in pregame right now, both of the teams prepping. Pretty sure I know the catcher on Cary. Pretty sure I played rec ball with him.
I don't know much of anybody at either school now. It's been so long.
You're a little bit farther ahead of us. It's a great turnout for the crowd. I can definitely see some Creek Crazies around, which is always good to see. Hoping to watch their team make a run to make the playoffs this year.
I guess that's one thing that still hasn't changed since I've been here, the Creek Crazies.
Oh, yeah, they are great. It is phenomenal to see a lot of new faces. And looking over to the stands, all you can ask for is a full bleachers, and that's what we got tonight. As the players make their way back to the dugout.
You see, they got new uniforms too from last time.
Yeah, they definitely going retro. That's for sure. I like the block text around them.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
Helping students become champions in life. This is the goal of the Stampede Club, Middle Creek High School's athletic boosters. Athletes at MCHS and members of the Sports Block excel in their work thanks to the opportunities that the Stampede Club provides them. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor and contributing to the achievements of the athletes at Middle Creek, please contact Bert Armstrong at 919-414-7218 or bert@armstrongmcguire.com. Be a part of molding the future for the students at Middle Creek. Helping students become champions in life. This is the goal of the Stampede Club, Middle Creek High School's athletic boosters. Athletes at MCHS and members of the Sports Block excel in their work thanks to the opportunities that the Stampede Club provides them. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor and contributing to the achievements of the athletes at Middle Creek, please contact Bert Armstrong at 919-414-7218 or bert@armstrongmcguire.com. Be a part of molding the future for the students at Middle Creek.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2! And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
one block,
Oh!
and he just shrugs them off. And he makes another two.
Welcome back to the Mustang Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. We're just listening to the starting lineups for the Mustangs.
Number 9, Justin Hagenberg. Batting 6, in the DH position, number 10, Jordan Towler. Batting 7, playing right field, number 8, Nathan Barakish. Batting 8, playing third base, number 26, Jonathan Derek Cole. Batting 7, playing center field, number 7, Sonny Urana. And in left field, number 22, Keewan Gardner. Now, if you'll please rise, face the flag in center field. The special guest tonight, Senior Alyssa DeRogatis, will sing our national anthem.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, and that was the national anthem. As we're getting ready to start this game,
Yeah, presented in wonderful fashion by Senior Alyssa DeRogatis. Amazing the talent we have here at Middle Creek High School.
I feel like we've always had that kind of talent here.
As we got
It's Tyler Scholler on the mound.
out there for warm-ups.
Now, whenever I've watched him play, I think I've always seen him play third base, not pitcher, so this should be the first time I've ever seen him pitch.
He's got a great submarine wind-up here. Sure, he's hoping to get a quick first inning. And finally, we have some baseball music out here, that's for sure. There were a bunch of heads turning early on with songs such as High School Musical's Fabulous. We're hoping that was a joke played by the seniors of the baseball team. I mean, if that's what gets them going, that's what gets them going, right? You got to do what you got to do.
Whatever pumps you up. It looks like number 2, Greg Jones for Cary, is going to start it off for the Imps.
Behind the plate right now for the Mustangs, we have Zach Board, the catcher.
It's a lot of new faces since I've been here.
Oh yeah.
Too many.
Well, we are definitely a senior-heavy team as far as teams go, and stepping up to the plate.
Let's go, kid. As we watch Tyler Scholler getting ready to throw the first pitch of the game. Is a called ball. Just thrown right down the middle by Tyler Scholler for a strike. Look at that one, was hit foul into the dirt. So 0-2 for Jones for Cary. That one was hit right to the shortstop. It was thrown for the easy out.
And that was a great play by number 2, Justin Hagenberg, over there at second base.
Number 4, Rico Quienes is up for bat for Cary. One to 0 for Rico. With that ball thrown a little low, that makes it 2-0. Three and 0 now for Rico of the Imps. So it was thrown right down the middle by Scholler for the first strike. Here we go. Scholler walks his first batter of the day.
Wondering if Rico took that strike based off of our old coach's teaching. We played on the same team together. You did not want to swing at a 3-0 pitch with him. He would not be happy. Pinch runner comes in for Rico at first.
Looks like number 7, Mitchell Haroldson, is up at bat for the Imps. And that pinch runner that took over for Rico is Miles Harrelson, or Campbell, excuse me.
And the throw is down. And he got under the tag. Miles gets to second base. The throw was just a tad late on that one.
I see why they brought him in for that. He's quick.
Yeah. Looks like they were hoping to get a runner right into scoring position to start this off. As takes a trip to the mound now.
All right, 1-1 for Haroldson.
Gorgeous curveball by Tyler Scholler. Handcuffed.
Hey, calm down, got hit on that pitch. He's going to take his base.
Now up, the left fielder, number 15, Tanner Trennell.
Number 15, Tanner Trennell, is up for the Imps. I wonder if he's going to be a little bit rattled after hitting that pitcher, or the batter, excuse me.
Well, that's the thing as a pitcher. You always got to learn to, take it pitch by pitch. You got to have a short memory to be good at that. As coach takes a trip out to the mound. And so with one out, we got runners on first and second for the Imps. Scholler's got himself in a bit of a pinch. Let's see if he'll get himself out of here. Middle Creek sure hope so. As he's set for the pitch.
Oh, he bobbled. Oh.
And the throw is late to first base. Actually bobbled a bit, it looked like. So now we have bases loaded with one out.
Yeah, he didn't have much control over that.
Goes along with the whole you always want to hit the ball on the ground because that forces the fielder to do three things. He's got to field it, make a good throw, and then the guy's got to catch it. So never really is an easy play. And that line drive into the outfield gets thrown back in real quick. Scoring is halted at 1. The Imps take a 1-0 lead over the Mustangs.
And that was hit by number 10, Grant Hayes.
Cary has gotten out to a quick start. It's still one out, bases loaded.
Yeah, that was something the Mustangs didn't want to happen, is that quick start by the Imps. Kyle Gensler is up for the Imps, number 14.
And the bunt is laid down, but just foul. That's never something you want to do. If you're going to bunt, you want to get it the first try, because now Middle Creek can look for that. Although the runner from third did get a really good jump. By the time that was sent foul, he was almost at home plate.
Oh, and 1 count for Gensler. Make that 0-2. That was thrown a little outside by Scholler to make it 1-2.
That's all what the beginning is about, just testing out, see what the ump's going to call, strike, ball, because everyone's different.
Just throwing a little low by Scholler, so we got an even count now at 2-2.
He is getting some nice movement on those breaking balls, though.
Again, a little low, so now we got a full count for Scholler.
As Zach Moore comes out to talk, count has gone from 0-2 to 3-2 and 3 consecutive pitches. We got full count, bases loaded, and 1 out.
See, Gensler for the Imps is trying to take advantage of this. Ball number 4, so it's going to bring another run in for Cary to make it 2-0 Imps.
And still, bases loaded and 1 out. Still a tough situation for pitcher Tyler Scholler.
Number 17, Jason Ho.
Jason Ho is up at the bat for the Imps, number 17.
It's a nice name. It's a nice name. Gotta love some Jasons. In my life here at Middle Creek, I've only met one other Jason.
I think that's a very fairly popular name. I thought you would have met more.
You'd think so. Oof, right back into the Sports Block crew. Hopefully Cary doesn't have anything against us, right? We're producing this for everyone.
Hit that right to the third baseman. He's going to throw that to home plate for the final out. No, we got one more.
Yeah. 2 outs, bases loaded. It was a great choice by a third baseman. Made sure to get the lead runner and prevent another run being scored. That's the thing about baseball. You always got to know where you're going next. You don't have time to think.
For the Imps, number 20, Nathan Paprocki is up for bat, and I just feel like I'm going to keep butchering these last names.
A good stop by Zach Moore prevents a run from stealing home.
Just thrown right down the middle by Scholler for an even count at 1-1. It's hit right to the shortstop for the final out for the Mustangs, and the Imps now lead 2-0.
Team switch sides now. Middle Creek hoping to get up to just as quick a start as Cary had.
We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off. And he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
one block,
Oh!
and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's
Welcome back.
All right, leading off here for the Mustangs is David Guerrero. Swing at the first pitch is a miss. Mustangs coming off of a 4-3 win over Panther Creek.
It's always good to win those conference games.
And a high fly ball into left field. It is back and passed to the warning track. And Diego will get a double very easily as the ball is thrown back in quickly, and we'll hold him at second. Up next is pitcher number 21, Tyler Scholler.
Number 21, pitcher.
In my years of doing this, I have yet to see a home run, even in the state championship games.
Never a better night then, ain't it? First pitch is low for a ball. One-0 pitch is also low. Counts 2-0. This is where he can get a bit selective now. Swung on, grounded to shortstop, where he is thrown out at first.
It looked like he could have beat that at, when I was first
close.
watching him.
He's got some speed to him. It was a slow bounce. But he successfully has gotten Diego to third base, so a quick hit will half the deficit for the Mustangs. Up for the Mustangs, number 25, Trevor Heasley. Hoping to get the ball on the bat right here. First pitch is swung on, hit into right field. Does not hit a gap, but Diego will tag up and gets in easily. The Mustangs now losing 2-1.
Cutting the deficit a little bit.
Yeah. That was a great catch by Cary's right fielder. Now up to bat, number 15, Zach Moore. Bases are empty. First pitch is low for a ball. 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2. Two-0 pitch is swung on, popped up into the gap in shallow left center, and it is dropped. And that will be a single for number 15, Zach Moore. Nice little blooper in the shallow left center.
This seems to be the theme for these hits, just the high pop-ups.
All right, now we got number 9, Justin Hagenberg, up to the plate, another senior. All right, 2 outs and a runner on first. First pitch is a strike down the middle. The pitch is hit through the gap between short and third. And third base drops the ball. All the runners are safe with some aggressive base running by the Mustangs. Now with runners on first and third, Jordan Toller, the designated hitter, comes up. And you got to imagine that's a position the Mustangs want to be in right now. I admire his choice of music. I'm a big Justin Timberlake fan as well. First pitch is a bit inside for ball 1. And the throw over to first. Seems to be trying to keep number 9, Justin Hagenberg, on the base.
He's taking quite a big
And
lead.
a high pitch is sent into center field, and that is caught for the 3rd out, and the Mustangs will head back to the dugout. But they did cut the deficit in half.
As long as you can score runs, you'll be all right.
Yeah,
That's the theme of baseball. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
One block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
One block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we watch Cary take their second at-bats. So we have the pitcher, number 19, John Behringer, up at bat for the Imps as he takes his first at-bat. Scholler came kind of close to hitting another person there.
And that is just fair along the left field line, hustling to get it. And it has gone in. That's going to be a double.
That was a great hit by the pitcher. You really don't expect a lot of great hits by pitchers.
Oh, yeah. That's just a tough position for the Middle Creek defense right along the foul line. Not typically going to have anyone there.
Jones is up for bat number 2 for the Imps.
As he takes a sign from his third base coach. You always gotta wonder what's gonna happen next.
One and 0 count for Jones.
The bunt is laid down and it is beautiful, but it is thrown out at first. But he successfully moves the runner over to third. That's almost about as good as a bunt as you can lay down right there.
He played it perfect.
You got to wonder why, though, with how the Imps have been hitting thus far, why not just go for it? And that is fouled off into the parking lot. Yet another example of why I would never park my car over there.
Which is why I didn't.
Still have nightmares from one of my Little League games. Someone was not happy. And Tyler Scholler with a great move picks off at third base. He caught him sleeping.
That brings a second out for the Mustangs in this inning.
That's one of the great things about being a right-handed pitcher. If someone gets to third, that's the best pickoff move right there.
Nobody on second base, right? Huh? Nobody on
Breaking ball just outside. And Scholler has been doing great with his breaking balls. That is a strike. Count is 1-2.
Swung on a hit, and it's going to record the final out of this inning for the Mustangs as they are still down 2-1 to the Imps.
And you know Tyler Scholler wanted that.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
Welcome back as we're watching the Mustangs getting ready to lead off.
Leading off is number 8, Nathan Farakish. First pitch is swung on and missed for a first strike. Second pitch is swung on into the gap between first and second, and that is going to be an easy single. One thing's for sure, the Imps are looking to keep the game rolling as it's a high pace right now. Up next is going to be number 26, Jonathan Dare Cole.
You said it just as well as I would have.
We try here at the Sports Block.
I do remember that.
The bunt is laid down the third base line, and he has a chance to get here, but he is just thrown out, but successfully moves the runner to second.
It was a great play by the third baseman, getting there just in time.
Now coming to the plate, center fielder
Again, these are some great bunts we are seeing tonight. That was perfect placement to get on base. And now here we got number 7, Sani Rana. That is popped up back over the fence again. We are edging closer to the parking lot with some of these foul balls.
It amazes me still how many people park behind there knowing that eventually there's going to be a ball that hits that.
And the pitcher steps off, keeping Farakish honest over at second base. And that is flied into center field. Easily caught by the shortstop. So now with 2 outs, We start back up at the top of the lineup with number 2, Diego Guerrero, who doubled to left field his first time up.
If I remember, that was the closest thing to a home run yet.
He definitely got to the warning track. And as you see, the outfielders have all backed up. First pitch is low, ball 1. It is interesting to see. You compare the distance the right fielder is to how far out the left fielder is. He's definitely waiting for it. And the pitch is grounded back up to the pitcher for an easy play at first. And we will now head to the bottom of the third inning. Mustangs still trail, or bottom of the second inning. Mustangs still trail 2-1.
We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes
Welcome back. We are at the top of the third inning with the Imps up at bat. As Mitchell Harrelson, number 7, is up to bat for the Imps, with Cary leading 2-1 over the Mustangs.
First pitch is outside by Scholler. He seems to, he's been hitting outside a lot. He's got to bring it in. That one is right in there for a strike. Count even up at 1-1.
That's going to be recorded as an easy out for the Mustangs to get the first one of the inning.
The chill's starting to come in over here as the sun dips down.
Exactly why I dressed the way I did.
You were smart. I should have probably wore jeans as well.
Tanner Trendle up at bat for the Imps, number 15.
And as he refers to his first base hump, the batter did not go, so the count is evened up at 1-1.
Looks like the same exact play. It's going to be another easy out for the Mustangs, and it's going to be the second one of the inning.
Well, over at second base, Justin Hagenberg, he has been getting his workload today. But it's always those slow hoppers that are the hard ones to corral because, you know, they hit one bad bounce over your glove.
Grant Hayes, number 10, is up for the Imps.
That is hit right to third base and thrown out. And that is a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Mustangs.
We're going to take a quick break again. We're going to be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
one block,
Oh!
and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he
Oh!
just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
Come back to Mustang Stadium as we have the Mustangs going back up at bat for the bottom of the third with Tyler Scholler leading off.
First pitch is down and in for a strike.
Score of the game is still 2-1 favoring the Imps.
And that is swung on and hit into center field for what looks like a decent single. He likes that low pitch.
It does. It's a good way to start off the inning for him, too.
Starting to look like Alfonso Soriano with a golf swing there. Well, as the man, Trevor Heasley, comes up for the Mustangs. We have a runner on first. Scholler being kept honest over there at first. Tried to sneak one in there. First pitch is in for a strike. Breaking balls in for a strike.
An 0-2 count for Trevor.
Both of these pitchers have been throwing a wide variety of pitches tonight.
It's made the game interesting.
And again, over to first. He's been spending a lot of time there. And Scholler heads to second, but it is fouled off. That looked like a designed hit and run play. He did get a very good jump on him. I would not be surprised to see another throw over to first here. But instead he goes down. Breaking ball is just outside for a ball. Count is 1-2. And again over to first. One thing is for sure, you do not as a batter want to be down 0-2 to a pitcher with a decent breaking ball in any form. And a throw over to first. Scholler, the ball is dropped, but he is tagged out because he overran the bag. Good play by the Cary second baseman to stay with it.
Looks like it hit him on the way over there. Hit him on the back.
But as he slid past the bag and was therefore called out. He got a good jump.
Yeah, like you said before, he's got some wheels.
Yeah. Now with one out, still count 1-2. Ball looks like it got away from him a bit. Evens it up at 2-2. Well, all the work he paid over there at first base seems to have paid off as he successfully got Scholler off. And the ball is ripped into left field for another single. Mustangs are hitting pretty well tonight.
keep hitting a couple deep bombs, and it's going to go a long way.
And here we go with the catcher again, number 15, Zach Moore, batting cleanup. First pitch is low for ball 1. I would not think for him to spend as much time over at first here with 1 out already. And the ball is hit into left field, but will be easily corralled by the left fielder and thrown back in. 2 outs for the Mustangs.
Like we saw the game before this with the JV, you never stop running through the bases. You never know when he's going to drop it or just going to pop right through and just no communication.
And as we've seen so far this game as well. Up to bat is number 9, Justin Hagenberg. Breaking ball is in for a strike. And that is batted away. And he has a chance here. And yes, as you just said, always run through the bases. The second fielder could not handle that one. And we have runners on first and second with 2 outs. Up next is your designated hitter, Jordan Toller.
And there's your favorite song.
Hey, it definitely gets you going, that's for sure. First pitch is outside for ball 1. But yeah, again, you put the ball on the ground, crazy things happen, that's for sure. Breaking ball is just outside for ball 2. And there we go, a pitch in for the strike. Count is 2-1 for number 10, Jordan Toller. And that is ripped right up, but caught by the shortstop, and that will end the inning for the Imps. They are successful in avoiding any scores by the Mustangs, even with multiple hits.
We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching.
Gentlemen, as we have the Imps leading off the inning with number 14, Kyle Ginzer.
Mustangs hoping for another quick inning as well.
It's a great way to start it off. 0-1.
And as we're seeing here, the scoring has dropped off. Other than that first inning, the past 2 have been relatively quiet for both teams. Some great defense being played. Scholler just misses the outside corner there for a ball.
Thrown right down the middle by Scholler for a strike.
And you know the batter's not happy about that. No look strikeouts are that's a killer.
I don't think that he thought it was going to be that easy.
A rip into right field. That'll drop for a single. And it looked like he might have even had a chance to throw him out there. Sometimes if it's shallow enough. Either way, we now have a runner on first base for the Imps. No outs, or one out.
So number 20 is up at bat for the Imps, Nathan Paprocki.
Again, outside for Scholler. Ball one.
I think he's starting to get the groove of things now.
It's looking like he's definitely controlling his breaking ball well. And you'd figure Scholler would have to come back with something after getting picked off at first.
He's trying to get his payback on that.
And there we go. The throw down is just late.
I thought he got him.
Yeah, that was a close call for
Maybe-
sure.
Maybe that's why I'm not an ump.
If he missed it, it must have been he must have missed him on the turnaround because it seemed like he got his glove there. Anyway, there is now still one out. Throw back over. They are keeping him on first, that's for sure. And one thing's for sure, you heard all of the seniors mention it in their favorite memories, but playing under the lights, as the ball is blooped right into right field, that's going to be at least a single as they're trying to stretch him to third, and they won't. Now we have runners on first and second with one out for the Imps. But as they were saying, it really takes you to be out here during one of the games at night, and you see the ball players playing under the lights. It's just a phenomenal experience.
Just like football, when I was here, we used to watch that and broadcast those. Those were always really fun.
Scholler steps off the mound. That is ripped to second base. They will try for a double play, and they will just miss it. They did get one, though, and we remain with runners on first and third with two outs.
So now we got number 2, Jones, up at bat for the Imps.
And a pinch runner comes on at first for the Imps. I'd look to see Scholler pay a little bit extra attention over there to him. It's always the case with runners on first and third. If you get someone speedy enough, you get over there. Not a lot of catchers would throw that ball down to second because then you have another one on third that you got to worry about scoring. So you better be sure you get them at second if you go for it. First pitch is a ball. As Scholler looks him back to first. And he does go to second, but the throw is down to third, and he just got under the tag. And caught third base sneaking off a little bit too much there.
These Cary pinch runners love to steal the extra base, from what I'm seeing.
And now he has to focus on the batter here with count even at 1-1. Ball is fouled off. Count's now 1-2. He would want nothing more than a strikeout right here for sure. Keep the ball out of the field. And it is instead ripped into right field. 2 runners will try, except they held him up at third. But the Imps do get 1 run in. It is now 3-1.
That's been the first score for either team since the first inning.
And Coach King will come out now to talk to Tyler Scholler. We'll see if there's a pitching change in the works here.
I haven't seen anybody getting warmed up.
Yeah, the bullpen has seemed relatively clear. He may just be giving him a break out there. Clearing his head, and no, Tyler Scholler does come off. Number 32, number 32, Bailey Rice is coming out onto the field. You know, I did hear his favorite memory was throwing a perfect game, so why not have one now? My apologies, that is not Bailey Rice.
Oh, man.
As they are out there warming up.
We have a pitching correction here. That was not Bailey Rice. That was Liam Brew, number 32. As he looks to start to get the Mustangs going off in a different direction.
He looks to be warming up just fine. I'm sure Coach King looks here to have a little bit more control. But sometimes that's just the way it works. The Imps seem to be dialed in on Tyler Scholler, and he did not even have that bad of an inning. He's pitched relatively well. Sometimes you just have those nights. Anyway, here the Mustangs look to get a fresh start with Liam Brew at the mound.
Coming to the plate for the Imps, number 4, Rico Quinones.
Sign number 4, Rico Quinones, is up at bat again for the Imps.
Runner goes to second, but the ball is bobbled, and they will just let him go. Again, another stolen base by the Imps. They are hustling around the bases tonight. And that leaves 2 in scoring position for Rico. And that again is ripped right in there, but this time the second baseman is there to cover it, and he is out at first. That ends the inning. That's what you want coming in as a relief pitcher, that's for sure. Get out of the inning real quick.
With no damage done, so it's going to be 3-1 Cary at the end of 4. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs him off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog. He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone. You're watching the Sports Blog. He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone. You're watching the Sports Blog.
Welcome back to Mustang Stadium. We have the Mustangs down 3-1 at the bottom of the fourth inning as they look to, put a little dent in this lead.
We have a number 8, Nathan Farakis, leading off as the first pitch is a strike. Counts 0-1. Breaking ball outside. Count is even up at 1-1. The inside pitch is swung on and missed. Counts now 1-2. The high pitch up there evens the count back up at 2-2. And that is ground right up the middle to the second baseman for the quick out. And now we have number 26, Jonathan Dierkel. Actually, it looks like he has been subbed out for number 4, Zeke Budfest. And that is flown right up into center field. Will the second baseman get there? Or the center fielder does make the play. That's another one of those where you just keep running. Never know what can happen. We've had plenty of those tonight. But now the Mustangs are in a 2-out, no one on situation here with number 9 in the batting order, Sonny Rana, up to the plate. And he lays down the bunt down the third field line, but just foul. Wow, that was close. That was a matter of inches off of the line. I know talking to Sonny in fourth period today, he was definitely hyped for his game tonight. Seems to have translated so far. Mustangs just had to get some on the board here. And that is flown into right field, but right to the right fielder. And he makes the catch, ending the inning 1-2-3 for the Imps.
Mustangs still down 3-1 going into the fifth.
They're hitting well. They just got to hit timely.
We're going to take another quick break. We're right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
Okay, here's what you got. Don't have anything to finish it.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
Oh!
and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two.
Welcome back to Mustang Stadium as we have the Imps up at bat with number 7, Michael Haroldson, leading off for the Imps.
And scores from around the league, we have Green Hope leading Apex 9-0 in the bottom of the 4th.
And we have more Tri-9 games. Or I just said Tri-9, didn't I?
SWAC
It's
now.
the SWAC.
That is
I'm
definitely
reliving-
the new. As that is flown into right field, he makes the catch. 1 out for the Mustangs.
I'm reliving my days back in the Tri-9. I forgot they changed it. What was it, last year?
Yeah, it's been a bit. I believe it was last year was the first year as the SWAC conference after Lee County left. Oh, it was this year. Correction. From our amazing statistician, Wes Petty. Pitches right in there for a strike.
0-1 count for Trendle, number 15 for the Imps.
All right, count is even at 1-1. And that pitch is right in there for strike 2.
So he's looking to have another easy inning, picking up where he left off last inning.
And that is hit right into left field for a short single. But you never know with these speedy Imps runners. That could have turned into a double real quick. You got to get that ball in here real quick.
Center fielder, number 10, Grant Hayes.
So number 10, Hayes up for bat for the Imps. With 1 out, the Imps lead 3-1 over the Mustangs.
Let's see if they try to send him around just as quickly as they have the past few innings. And the throw over to first, keeping him honest. It's always been interesting to watch the signs. If you've never played the game of baseball, it can actually be very, very confusing. You got to wonder how they are able to understand. As he takes a generous lead off of first, but the ball is in there for a strike. The interesting thing about the signs is there's usually a whole bunch of nonsense, and they're looking for one thing. And so, unless you know what that one thing is, it can be very hard to find. But I've even heard of teams having, players, their duty is to look at the other coach and try to figure out the sign.
Interesting to know because I haven't really played baseball since I was like 7. So it's kinda
Been a bit of time for you then.
just a little bit.
As that ball is in there for ball 1. Count is even at 1-1. And he is running to second, and another designed hit and run play, but it is fouled off. Count is 1-2. A good scoop by Zach Moore behind the plate. Count is even up at 2-2 with a runner on first. Still 1 out. Throw over to first. Another great stop behind the plate by Zach Moore, keeping the runner on first. He could be all the way to third by now.
They are that fast to do that.
Full count here. As the runner goes, and it is hit into left field. And it is caught by the center fielder. A diving play made. And that keeps a possible run from scoring had that ball beat him. And that is a catch by number 7, Sonny Rana, out there in center field. An amazing feat of athleticism right there.
One of the Sports Center top 10 plays, if we caught that on film.
Well, thanks
we
to
did.
our sports block crew, I would hope we have that. That is one I will hear about tomorrow in calculus.
You mean Monday?
Oh, Monday. Hopefully it was that good to live on. Hey, we're seniors now. All the days kind of just blend together.
That was 2 years ago for me, so you're a senior.
All right, now with 2 outs, a runner on first.
Wait till you get to college, the days fly by even more.
And the throw over to first is just late. Yeah, I'm enjoying the high school as it lasts. And the runner goes, and the throw looks to be just behind, and it is dropped. Still a great effort, but that, again, just shows these speedy Imps runners are getting around the bases tonight. I believe that is the 4th or 5th stolen base. And that one is in for a strike. Count is 0-2. But as we've shown with you, obviously, and the numerous people that have shown back up over the years, you never truly do get away from this, do you?
I don't. I woke up to a text from Maldonado, and I was still sleeping, so I was looking over it, and I kind of answered it, a couple hours later because I was still kind of passed out from sleeping. But
as that is thrown right over to first base for the final out, Mustangs avoid any damage. And it is still 3-1. Mustangs looking to get some offense in the bottom of the 5th inning.
we're going to go to another quick break. We'll be right back here watching the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
Welcome back to Mustang Stadium. We have the Mustangs down 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th as Diego Guerrero looks to lead off for the Mustangs.
And you know, he is a very speedy, I would say he's probably one of the faster Mustangs on the team. Even with a ground back to the pitcher, he still almost made it to the base last time up, but he is 1 for 2. And a couple of SWAC conference score updates around the league. We have Green Hope finally beating Apex in the top of the 5th 9-0. An important game to the Mustangs. Panther Creek over Holly Springs 4-2 as that ball is thrown, making the count 3-0. And that's an important one because both of those teams will be battling with the Mustangs for the playoff spots in the coming weeks. And now the count is 3-1. Over with softball, we have Apex, who are fighting with Middle Creek for top of the conference, beating Green Hope 10-6. And that ball is hit right through the gap into left field for a single. And finally, with men's lacrosse, again, Apex battling with Middle Creek for first place. Apex wins over Athens Drive 12-11, and that at least guarantees them a clinch for a tie with Middle Creek for first place. Seems like Apex and Middle Creek are going to be developing a bit of a rivalry as we go down to the final games of both of those.
From what I heard about that overtime game, it was a crazy one.
Oh, yeah. What was that, back on Wednesday or earlier this week? Middle Creek men's lacrosse won over Apex for the first time in school history in overtime. And that is going to be pitcher stepping off the mound. But yeah, those are 3 spring sports teams here at Middle Creek that will all be fighting for some playoff berths here. Looking to have a busy couple of weeks for the sports block. As that throw over to first is a little bit high. Still no outs, runner on first. And that is ripped just foul down the right field line by Tyler Scholler.
Come on, Tyler.
That breaking ball is just outside. 3-1 count for Tyler Scholler. You got to be selective here.
Because you want to score as many runs as you can. I mean, how many more innings? We got 2?
I believe we have 2 innings left. And the pitch is down, but that is a strike. Full count now for number 21, Tyler Scholler. Hope here is to move the runner over to second, at least put the ball into play. And he does, lines it right up the line, but that will be over to second, and he just avoids the double play.
That would have been disastrous for them if they just got a double play off of that.
And I believe in high school rules you cannot try to slide and take off. And actually, I believe they're changing that in the major leagues as well, that you cannot try to take out the second baseman as you are sliding into second base anymore. So that makes the throw all the more easier to first base.
It makes sense because you don't want more people getting hurt.
And that is right in there for strike 1. 1 out for the Mustangs with Tyler Scholler on first. And up to bat, Trevor Heasley, number 25. Again, thrown over. They are picking on Tyler Scholler tonight at first base. Let's hope he does not run into the same thing he did last inning. Time is called by Trevor Heasley. And all the outfielders for Cary are playing pretty far back.
We have some we have some hitters that can hit it pretty far.
It makes it all the more easier to get a little short shot into the outfield. As again, the ball is thrown back over to first with Tyler Scholler. And that is drilled right to the second baseman for the easy out at second. And again, we are just rotating batters running from first to second here with 2 outs. Number 15, Zach Moore, comes to the plate.
Now coming to the plate, the catcher, number 15, Zach Moore.
Mustangs are not having trouble getting the ball, connecting with the ball, but they just have to get it out of the infield, it seems. As that breaking ball is right in there for a strike. And that breaking ball is right in there. Ball is outside and a throw down to first again. Got a hustle back there at first. He was almost tagged out.
He must walk back kind of lazily.
You got to always be hustling. You never know. And that is ripped into left field, but again, the fielders are very far back, and he makes the catch, ending the inning for the Mustangs. As they head back, Cary's doing a great job with its defense, preventing the Mustangs from keeping too many on base.
All right, and as this inning rounds up, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off. And he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off. And he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off. And he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
Welcome back to Mustang Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Imps getting ready to lead off the 6th inning with number 17, the other Jason.
He can be Jason number 2. I need to be Jason number 1.
We can go with that.
The Imps looking to add to their lead, get a little bit more of a cushion heading into the last 2 innings. Mustangs, of course, as the home team, will get the last crack at it.
Which can make it that more dramatic if it's a closer game.
And that is swung on and missed, strike 2. Oh, that is swung on, but the throw over to first is good. He will be out. Glad to see some other Sports Block people have brought out their sweatshirts, repping us. That's new for us this year. I know we did not. Did we have hoodies back when you were here?
All I got was a polo.
At least it's something. That pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Swung on and missed, evens the count at 1-1. It will be interesting to see how the playoff picture for the SWAC conference in baseball will shape out, as I believe there are 4 or 5 teams really fighting for the mix, with only 1 or 2 out of it at this point. So that'll lead to a lot of drama. And for the amount of games that have been postponed and rained out, there's definitely still a lot of baseball to be played. As that is grounded right up in between shortstop and third, but the throw will be late. Still a great throw over from shortstop on their knees.
Now coming to the plate, pitcher, number 19, J.C. Berry.
To even get that ball over to first base was a feat in itself. But now with a runner on first and 1 out, Cary looking to do some damage. Another pinch runner comes in. That one is way outside for a ball 1.
Score is still 3-1. Imps just 1 out in this inning. Mustangs hoping to get 2 more quick, easy ones to kind of get through this as easy as possible.
As the runner goes again, the throw is down, but it is gone back into center. But good with backup is number 7, Sonny Rana, to avoid him getting to third.
That was a good decision by the runner to stay at second, not to go to third.
The last thing the Mustangs want to do here is allow any easy runs on any mistakes. And that pitch is in the dirt. Again, a great stop by Zach Moore. He's been put to the test back there behind the plate tonight. Again, a nice stop. Ball is low for ball 2. And as a catcher, that's really the worst kind of pitch you can receive, is one that bounces right before or on the plate, because you never know what kind of bounce that's going to get, especially with pitchers throwing breaking balls that spin real odd. And that is ripped down to first, who makes the play. And now 2 outs for the Mustangs. Runner on third, though, for the Imps. And that was a great play made by Trevor Heasley, number 25, over at first base. And that is swung on and missed for strike 1. Cary looking to get any sort of hit here to drive home 1 more run. At this point, anything helps. And another great stop by Zach Moore. Saves an easy run. Oh, and that pitch is just high for ball 2. Count is now 2-1. It is ripped right down to the third baseman. Got to make the play. And he does. Saves a run. And the Mustangs are able to get out of this inning without a scratch.
No harm done by Cary, as the Mustangs still down 3-1.
And you know they needed that. And here they come to huddle up.
We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up.
Welcome back to Mustang Stadium. We got the Mustangs still down 3-1 against Cary.
And a deep cut by number 9, Justin Hagenberg, at the plate for strike 1. You know the Mustangs are coming looking to do some damage this inning. Not want to wait till the last inning. And that is fouled off of himself. That's rough right there, right in the leg it looked like. Count 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, just outside. He will live to see another pitch. And that is swung on, but not caught, but thrown out at first. 1 out for the Mustangs. Coming up to the plate is the designated hitter, number 10, Jordan Toller.
Number 10, Jordan.
What happens if he's running to first base?
First pitch is low for a ball 1. The deficit is still not that big.
It's manageable.
And that is ripped right through the gap. And that will be an easy single for number 10, Jordan Toller. The tying run at the plate. If you look at the stats, you really would not understand why Middle Creek is losing. They have just stranded a lot of runners on base. And base running has been an issue for them as well, as they lead in hits 9-6, but are down 3-1. Once again, it's all about timing. And that is outside for ball 1. And you got to imagine Cary will continue its trend of trying to manage the base runners. And that is swung on, hit into the gap, and that again is the problem with playing your fielders way too far out, as that is an easy single for number 8, Nathan Farakash.
It works out for the Mustangs perfectly.
Yeah, that has been playing to their strengths today, as they have been blooping a lot of them. Up to the plate now. Oh, actually the time is called, and we may see a pitching change here for the Imps.
He's been pitching a long time.
He has. Got to imagine as that pitch count nears 100, it's starting to think about taking him out. No reason to hurt your arm at this age. But it looks like they are leaving him in. Probably just trying to go out there, calm him down. As the lead runner is at the plate right now. And that is
Zeke Barefoot, number 4.
Now back for the Mustangs, number 4, Zeke Barefoot.
And that is rit but caught, and that's going to be an easy double play for Cary. And that will end the inning just like that. That was a great play by the second baseman, but does not work out for the Mustangs. And as we head to the top of the 7th.
We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
Gentlemen, as we have the Mustangs' last stand on defense, looking to stop the Imps from scoring any more runs and making a bigger dent in this lead.
And Liam Brew remains in for the Mustangs at pitcher. And that is thrown way in the dirt. Not any stop you can expect from a catcher, but a good attempt by Zach Moore, who has been a wall behind the plate. Mustangs looking to prevent anything else from crossing the plate right now, as they already head into their last at-bats with a 2-run deficit. And that pitch is low again for ball 2. And that is in there for 3-0 count now. And that will walk him on 4 pitches. And out comes Coach King to give a talk. That is not how the Mustangs wanted to start off this inning.
You wonder if you're going to bring in another pitcher to change things up.
Yeah, to finish the game off. But as of now, let's see. Out to talk. It looks like, oh, and he's going back to the dugout.
Looks like Langdon Wilson is going to assume the rest of the pitching duties.
He seems to look like it, but they're having a conversation out there on the mound. He may be giving him one more shot. And nope, he decides to bring him off, and Langdon Wilson, number 31, comes in to warm up, hoping to spark the Mustangs to another inning with no runs. Still a great effort by Liam Brew. And again, well, that's the first pitch right over to the Sports Block crew. He's sending us a shout out, I think.
As he warms up, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
All right, welcome back. As we were watching Langdon warm up for the Mustangs, getting ready to put an end to Cary's batting.
Nicely put. Nicely put.
I had to make something up.
As we're winding down here, he came out firing in warm-up, so let's see what he does here.
Yeah, he was about a foot from our faces with the ball.
And the bunt is laid down, but just foul. And as that is recovered, again, the Cary base runner all the way to second. Goes to show you the speed. Yeah, that's his version of a shout-out for us. He's got to say hi somehow.
For me, it doesn't seem like Cary has a lot of big hitters. They just got a lot of speed.
Yeah, they've gotten on base and they've used it well. That is one of the main differences between the two teams tonight. As Middle Creek has gotten on base, they have not been as quick. And that is right in there, and and the ball is dropped. A beautiful throw again by Zach Moore. Tough play for the first baseman, number 25, Trevor Heasley.
And that was just a bullet dodged by the Imps.
Seemed to be looking for the runner before he had the ball in his glove.
Never take your eye off the ball. It's, I guess, in every sport.
That's for every sport. Third baseman playing in as he showed butt, and again that is in for a ball. Count 2-1. Paying a lot of attention to the runner on first. You would think by now, after all the stolen bases, they probably should. Again, thrown over to first base. The count is still 2-1 with no outs. Looking to get the first out here. And the runner goes with a bunt, and it is dropped. The pitch was low. And that is the goal there with the bunt, even if it is not looking like a strike. You want to keep it in the catcher's eyes, keep him from catching the ball, protect your runner. The count is 3-1, however, with a runner on second. Shows bunt again, and instead it is ripped down center, and it will be thrown over to first. Is late, but they held the runner at third. A lucky break for the Mustangs, as he probably could have made it home. Now with no outs, the runners on first and third, Mustangs are in a bit of a jam here. Can't imagine they want to go back to the dugout with any more than a 2-run deficit to overcome. And the first pitch is in for a strike. I would not be surprised to see another bunt here, simply to get a run in for the Imps.
I know that's always kind of a tricky way to score in from third off a bunt.
All depends on the type of jump that you can get from third, because you're either looking at a free base, and as the ball is hit, might as well have been a bunt. And he is thrown out at first, but a run scores. And that widens the Imps' lead to 4-1. 1 out for the Mustangs. And still with a runner on second, the Imps can still do some damage, so Mustangs looking to get a couple of quick outs here. And that is ripped into center field right to Sonny Rana with another play. Talk about brick walls. He's definitely been one out there in center tonight.
He's after that amazing diving catch and then just keeping it, just catching everything that comes his way.
Yeah. So now with 2 outs, Cary has a runner on second. A hit here will score. Strike 1. And if with the amount of space that the second baseman is able to get all the way over to third base right now, you got to imagine if anything is hit to the outfield that he's going to try to score. And that is tipped but caught by Zach Moore for strike 2.
You need just one more strike, and then you get out of this jam, and then you'll be good for the Mustangs.
And that is fouled right off the mask of the catcher. Count still 0-2. Looking to finish him off here. And that is a ball. With all these balls that have been foul tipped back here into the net, you got to wonder when's the last time this net has even been tested. Are we safe?
I would hope.
Some of these have been hit pretty hard. Breaking ball is just high. Count is now 2-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second. Wow, that's a lot of 2s right there. And there's a strike 3. Middle Creek is able to get out of the inning, avoiding any further damage, but will head into the dugout for their last at-bats with a 3-run deficit to overcome.
We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back here watching the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
Helping students become champions in life. This is the goal of the Stampede Club, Middle Creek High School's athletic boosters. Athletes at MCHS and members of the Sports Block excel in their work thanks to the opportunities that the Stampede Club provides them. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor and contributing to the achievements of the athletes at Middle Creek, please contact Bert Armstrong at 919-414-7218 or bert@armstrongmcguire.com. Be a part of molding the future for the students at Middle Creek.
He one block, and he just shrugs him off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
For the Mustangs, potentially.
Yes, let's see if number 7, Sonny Rana, can translate his defense into some offense for the Mustangs right now. And in the dugout, you see the Mustangs with the rally hats on, or in this case, one Mustang with 18 rally hats on. And that is hit right into center field. An easy play by the center fielder made. That is the first out for the Mustangs.
The Mustangs down to 2 outs left in this ball game.
They need some more rally caps on him, I guess.
It doesn't seem like he has enough yet.
All right, we're back at the top of the order. Diego Guerrero, that's right where you want to be if you're the Mustangs. And that is a strike one on a breaking ball, swing and a miss. You have to imagine right now, with all the seniors in there, they want this win extra bad on their senior night. And that is ripped right into second base, but there is no chance of him getting him.
He's got some wheels on him, too.
Yes, he does. Diego's easily in for a single. And up to bat now, Tyler Scholler, number 21. Looking to still keep this rally going. We got one. We got one. As Rico goes out to talk to his pitcher, a pitching change looks like it. Oh, no, the coach is not headed out yet. Maybe just to calm him down. I'd imagine if I was the Imps, I would just focus on the runners right now, or focus on the batter. You have a 3-run lead. You don't care if he gets to second. You just want to get the outs. And with 1 out, the outs are dwindling down for the Mustangs.
Only 2 left. It seems very close.
And that first pitch is a breaking ball in for a strike on Tyler Scholler. Again, breaking ball in there for a strike. That is a quick 0-2. The last place he wants to be right now. The 0-2 pitch. And that is fouled off. He is staying alive. Still with an 0-2 count. And that is grounded up to second. Does Diego get there? He will not. And he just avoids the double play. The Mustangs down to their final out with a runner on first.
That did not look very promising for the Mustangs on that. It almost looked like the end.
They need a heck of a rally right now.
Now coming to the plate, number 25, Trevor Heasley.
Again, there's just the area that they're hitting right now. They're just giving the fielders a choice. Here's Trevor Heasley, number 25, up to the plate, looking to keep life going. First pitch is in there for a strike. He has been on it tonight.
He's pitched this entire game.
Yeah, I've seen probably 2 balls this whole inning. He's hitting the strike zone. As Tyler Scholler goes to second, but it is fouled off. so he will not get to second. There's a tough break for the Mustangs.
If I were them, I wouldn't want to try and steal a base in this situation.
It looked as if they were going to let him go. You got to wonder why Trevor Heasley would risk swinging at that ball. Again, Scholler goes, and they're going to let him get to second. The count is now 1-2. Down to their last strike. It is fouled off down the right field line. Count is still 1-2.
What, me? Was I supposed to get that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the 1-2 pitch comes. And he is hit by the pitch. So now we have runners on first and second for the Mustangs. And Trevor Heasley did not look too happy about that. He probably wanted a crack at that right there.
He has the power to hit it that far.
Yeah, he feels like he probably got cheated there. As number 15, Zach Moore, comes up to bat. He's been big behind the plate. Let's see if he can come up big here at the plate. All right, that is strike one to the tying run, Zach Moore. Well, you said you've never seen a home run. Do you see a better moment for one than this?
I don't, and it looks like this.
This is hit into right. Will it get down? No, the play is made in right field, and that will end the game here at Mustang Stadium as Cary walks away with the win.
Not something you want to see here on senior night for the Mustangs.
Yeah, well, Mustangs have a tough road ahead of them, having to win out their next three to have a chance at making the playoffs here. But maybe that will provide the spark that they need to keep going. You'd like to think so. It was a great game all around, great defense on both sides. It came down really to just the timing of their hits. Mustangs ended up with 11 hits versus the Imps 7, but they were just unable to do anything with the runners on base.
As everything wraps up around here, disappointing game for the seniors, losing their last game at home potentially. Or no, that's.
Yeah, but you go back, you learn from this loss, and hopefully they'll take what they learned tonight and win out the next three games, have a chance to reach the playoffs. You know, plenty of teams are in this same position right now. But just wrapping up here for the sports block, it's been a beautiful night. PJ, how'd you like being back again?
It's been refreshing coming back. It's always great to be back here.
Yeah, and wrapping up for the sports block tonight, I am Jason Schmidt for PJ Bellantoni. Have a great night.